Hello, succeedingers. Today we're going to talk about parts of speech. So, words are divided into various types or classes according to the purpose for which they are used. The different kinds of words are called parts of speech. Now, how many parts of speech are there? Can you list them before I spill the beans? That's right, there are 8 in number. They are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So, how do you identify what part of speech a word belongs to in a sentence? Well, until we see a word in a sentence, we are often unable to say to what part of speech it belongs. Can you identify the part of speech the word water belongs to in the below sentences? Water the plant, drink some water. We saw a water animal. In the first sentence, water the plant, water acts as verb. In the second sentence, drink some water, water acts as noun. And in the third sentence, we saw a water animal, the word water acts as adjective. So this means that you cannot assign a definite part of speech to a word. The word can belong to different parts of speech depending on how it is used in a sentence. Something very important to remember. Let's look at noun. This is commonly known by everyone. So it is a word that is used for naming anything that is what we call a noun. For example, ship is a noun, Jack is a noun, Rose is a noun, man is a noun. Nouns are the same as names, they are only spelt differently. Okay, pronoun. So, what's the definition that you have thought of for pronoun? And can you think of some examples for pronoun? Well, pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun. Look at the below sentence. Titanic went out to sea and she looked grand. So, in this sentence, the word she is the pronoun. And what she really does, it helps to save us from the unnecessary repetition of the noun Titanic here. Okay, so what's an adjective? And can you give some examples for adjective? Well, adjective, if we wish to give the noun a quality or add something to its meaning, we use for this purpose what is called adjective. For example, Titanic was a fine ship. So in this sentence, fine is acting as the adjective because it tells us about the quality of the ship, Titanic. Okay, verbs. So what are verbs? And can you think of some examples? Well, verbs, they are words that predicate or say something about some person or thing. For example, Titanic went out to sea gloriously. So in this sentence, went says something about Titanic. Of course, when it comes to verbs, there are two types of verbs, helping verbs and main verbs. But whatever they may be, they say something about some person or thing. Next, we have preposition. So what's a preposition? What is the definition that you have written? And What are the examples that you have? A preposition tells us the relationship between two or more words in a sentence. For example, Titanic went out to sea gloriously. So here, the word to is connecting went and sea. So it shows the relationship between the word went and sea, and thus it is the preposition. A conjunction. So what's the definition you've got for this? And what are the examples that you have figured for this part of speech? It's a joining word. It joins words and phrases, one clause to another clause, or even one sentence to another sentence. It's kind of like Facebook. It helps us to connect. For example, Jack was tall and Rose was beautiful. So here, and is connecting Jack and Rose. The people on Titanic boarded it happily, but their journey ended in tragedy. So this here is one clause. The people on Titanic boarded it happily. And here we have the second clause. Their journey ended in tragedy. And both these clauses are being connected by but right here. That's B-U-T, but. Okay, adverb. So what's an adverb? And what are the examples that you can give for this part of speech? Well, adverbs are like adjectives. They show quality. They qualify a noun. An adverb usually qualifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, or a preposition. For example, that very fine ship has already made history even after its sinking. So over here, fine is an adjective, and very tells us the quality of the adjective fine. Then we have the verb made here, and already shows to us the quality of made. And here we have the preposition, and even the adverb is qualifying this preposition. And finally, interjection. What is an interjection? And can you give some examples for this part of speech? Well, these are mere sounds that are thrown into a sentence to express some feeling of the heart. For example, alas, Rose and Jack could not wed each other. Of course, nobody uses this word alas nowadays, but you do say OMG, and which is an acronym for oh my god, and that's your modern alas. So that could be an interjection. So these are really strong expressions of feelings and emotions, and they have an exclamation mark after them, something that you should remember. Okay, it's now time for practice. So in the following sentences, point out the part of speech to which each italicized word belongs. Great. So you can just pause the video and figure out what these highlighted words, how these highlighted words are related to the part of speech and which part of speech they are from. The answer is on the next slide. Okay, great. Assuming that you have paused the video and completed this exercise, let's look at the answer. The answers are okay, great. So now that you have the answer, we can bring this video to an end. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share the video to pass on the goodness of English. Leave a comment to let us know what you think. and subscribe to Succeeding and press on the bell icon so that you remain updated with all our latest videos. And you can also consider going to Amazon for some of my Kindle ebooks. These are some of the Kindle titles that I have on Amazon, so you can consider buying them as well. Alright everyone, until next time, bye bye.